everyone. Today on Hello Susan, I'm going to share with you the journal that I made for my granddaughter. Now this is going to be her first baby. She was my first grandchild, and I have a real cute story to share with you in a little bit about her. But she's having a baby girl, and so this journal is full of lots of this journal has lots of pink in it. So the first thing I did was I picked out the picture I wanted on the cover, and of course I designed it. I added the birds and added some words, and it says, "A family is a gift that lasts forever." I had this applique that's got beads and pearls on it, so I put that on top. The cover has a pink lace over the 9x12 envelope, so it's a soft cover. And then on the spine, I covered that with lace. This is a chiffon ribbon that I tied a bow, and I did do the grommets so that it wouldn't pull through. Okay, and it's got a little bit of lace that sticks out at the bottom. Not too noticeable, but a little bit, so I thought I'd point that out to you. Now this applique, I did have to cut it up in order to sweep it around the entire book. So let's go ahead and get inside. We're so excited for this baby, of course, because it's the first one she's having. I have another great-grandson, so this will be my second great-grandbaby. And it was so funny, you know, when my daughter was pregnant and was having Alexis, you know, I'm thinking, okay, well, what do I want the baby to call me? And there's all the names, you know, Momo, Mimi, all this stuff. And so I thought Nana sounded really sweet. And so I said, okay, Amber, let's teach her to say Nana. And every time I was around her, you know, when she starts making her noises and stuff, I'd say Nana, say Nana. Of course, she never said anything, not even an N. But then one day my daughter called me in the morning and she said, "Mom, guess what?" And I said, "What?" She said, "We saw a red truck go by," and that's what I had been driving at the time. That's what my vehicle was. And Alexis pointed and says, "Nene!" So that's how I became a Nene. So that's why this baby is really special, because this girl actually named me. Gosh, I didn't think I'd be emotional, but it is a very sweet story to me. Okay. This is the inside, and of course I use some florals here with some pinks and blues and greens and yellows. Here's an embroidered trim right here. I did a pocket, and I did a lot of tags, and a lot of them are retro baby cards. And so I just picked the ones that looked really girly to put in. There's lots of space in here for her to write and add pictures. That's what I want her to do, is to be able to record the things that she's thinking about and things that are happening in their life. Let me see if I can go in just a little bit more. I just looked up and looks like I can. Okay, I think that's right in the center. Okay, so here's a little sari silk and a sequin flower on that page, but see how she can write right there. Now some of the pages I did design, and this is one of them. I didn't design all of it. I added the bird and I added the little bird nest. But here's one that says, "Congratulations, Mother and Daddy." Got some trim here, and then it says, "There's nothing quite so sweet as tiny little baby feet." Got an embroidered flower there. Here's some more little journal cards. And then, of course, if she takes them out, there's lots of places for her to write right there, and even a title label right there for her. This was a fun one to make because of all the pink, but I would have to say that it brought up a lot of emotions, because it made me think about when I was having my babies, and then my daughter was having her babies, and then all the pretty sayings. It's just very sentimental. So this is a page that I designed that says "Our Family," and there should be a picture of the daddy, the mama, and then the baby, and then the names. that go there. And here's a page right here with some little baby deer and some glitter netting underneath it. And see how I say the page is clear for her to either write on or glue things on it. It's got some velvet ribbon right there. This is some velvet rickrack. Look at that pretty paper I found. Of course, blue and pink, I love that combination. For all the things my hands have held. I don't think I can read these. I'm sorry. The best by far is you. I had no idea that I was going to be this emotional, and if it bothers you, I'm sorry, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Look at all these sweet pictures of these babies. Here's some gingham trim. This is a sweet girl. This is to congratulate you. But see how I did all the openings? Here's some trim with some daisies. I left all these pages open, but I made sure I put trims on everything so that it would look really pretty. And I just love all these retro baby cards. That's some velvet trim right there. It's a cute little baby there. And this one says, your first baby. And then I wrote a little something there. And it says, enjoy the little things. And so she can, I designed that page for her. And here's a page with some journal cards. And this actually flips up so she can write in here. And this is some embroidered trim. This is some flowers with some trim at the bottom. And then this is embroidered trim with some sequins. It's a scallop. And that opens up. And there's a little bird. And it says love. And she can write something there and write something all in there. Cute, cute, cute babies. It says you are the morning sun. This is another one that I designed for her. So if any of y'all are interested in the pages that I designed and want me to make it into a kit and put it in my Payhip shop, I will. I just hadn't thought about doing that before. But, you know, just let me know if you're interested or not. And then here's some scallop trim right there. And then here's a cluster with some lace and then some sequin netting and some little kittens on gingham and some lace right there. I do point out all the trims, the embroidered trims, all the trims, because I'm not too sure how well it picks up in the camera, but I want you to know how much is in here. Here's some of that velvet rickrack again. Look at that. Isn't that so cute? Yeah, that's just one page. And that's some embroidered trim. This is a page I designed. And that's got some lace on it. I'm just not going to be able to read these. They're just making me too emotional. I guess because I made this and it's been in a bag for me to give her at the baby shower that I'm going to. And I hadn't seen it probably in a couple of weeks. So it just brings it all back to me. Pretty bird with a bow and some trim at the bottom. Here's some embroidered trim. Here's a poem about babies. It's kind of like a fairy tale little story. And then here's a pocket that's got 1, 2, 3 sections to it, and I just put a bunch of little doodads in there, lots of little cards, and the little teddy bears, the deer. And this is a organza butterfly with rhinestones, and that's some cute trim. I used that in my Easter projects and thought, oh, that might be cute in this baby book. And then here's some more of that gathered netting with some daisy trim. If y'all can read it, you could zoom in and read it if you want to. I just really don't want to be crying over here. This says imagine, and then you open it up and there's a pink butterfly and an embroidered flower and a little bird, and it says happy. Little baby with a gingham bow. That trim I do my trims periodically through the book, so it's got some continuity through it. This is another page that I designed for the book. Here's some of that rickrack that's velvet. Let's see. These are just some journal cards. That's got an embroidered trim there, and then some trim here and a ribbon bow. This is for baby dear. And then it's got some sari silk with the sequin flower and a butterfly. And this says weight at birth, 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months. I really wanted to do more pages like this. I just couldn't find them. And I wanted it all to kind of go together. So I thought, well, maybe on these pages that's like this, she can put something in there that's like that, and created her own. There's some pretty birds. That's an embroidered trim and trim up there. This is some organza fabric that's got flocked dots on it, and I made a little flip so she can write or put photos there, and put some lace trim down here, and that's an embroidered trim right there too. I designed this page as well. Some yellow flowers with that embroidered trim and velvet ribbon here. That's some embroidered flower there. And this is the same picture that's on the front. And you can see how I added the birds and I added the words to this picture. Okay, and then this has got a 1, 2, 3 tags in that pocket, and it's got some pink trim here. This is a big oval. I did design this page. And then here's a pocket that's got 2 tags in it. And then I designed this page as well. That's a little sequin flower right there. And this is some pink trim. This is from what's the composition notebook that I made. And I used that nightgown that I took apart and made so much of it. And I had a little bit of that trim left. And I thought, well, I'm going to put it in this book. And this is some fringe trim. What's that? Eyelash fringe trim. I start to read these things and I just can feel my throat just closing up, so I just can't do it. It's got a gingham bow, and open it up and it says family, and it's got a little butterfly, and then this little organza fabric with white daisies with gold centers, and then it's got the bird right there. Of course, that's a pocket. Got some tags in it, and I designed this page right here as well. It's got an embroidered flower right there, and a fussy cut butterfly, and some trim down the side, and pink trim there. I designed this page too. So, you know, there's going to be quite a few pages if you're interested. Just let me know. Okay, and there's a blue gingham bow with some trim. Look at that little darling. And there's a this is some felt zigzag trim, and this is some of that embroidered trim. This is a small pocket. Pretty honeysuckle with some velvet trim. This is another page that I designed. And there's a pocket that's got a butterfly and some trims with the daisies and gold centers and 3 journal cards. And then that's the fabric trim there. Some trim at the bottom. And this says the first step, a lock of baby's hair. I guess, you know, I came from the 50s, and I really resonate with that style. So I guess that's why I picked that for her. And this is some of that embroidered trim with the scallop sequins and a little bird. This has got a bow and some trim there, and some embroidered flowers. A kitty cat. And this is another page that I designed. And this has got the ball fringe on it. And then there's a fussy cut butterfly. There's a small pocket. That's some sari silk with the flower with sequin and then the embroidered trim at the top. This is fussy cut and glued on there. And that's some more of that scallop trim. And this picture, I just reduced it down. It was from in the beginning right here. I cut that out so I could put that on that page right there. So you see there's lots of room for her to add her own style and her own things. And it says first happy birthday. And then she can write the gifts and what they did and how they celebrated. Here's a small pocket with 2 tags in it. Lots of trims, lots of appliques. Look at that. Is that just the sweetest little thing? That artist just did such great work. And here's some pink velvet ribbon, and then that's the embroidered trim. So I tried to do pinks and blues and beiges in here. Here's some trim that's got the ribbon mixed into it. Sari silk with sequin flower. And then this is a page that I designed. Then here's a bunny, and then it's got I just, also did some things that I really like. I like birds, I like butterflies, and I like bunnies and flowers. And then here's a little, and then you open that up, and I put some embroidered trim right there and right here. A lot of these embroidered flowers came from this trim right here. This is it in its whole piece, and I would cut off this edge and cut off this edge and then cut them out and use them in the sizes that I wanted to decorate. And that's how this came about. And then that's the trim that was on the edges. Just makes your trims go further when you cut them apart like that. And I did lots of pages with these little labels. This is all fussy cut, and it says be happy, and it's got trim here and at the top. There's a pocket with a little baby and 2 tags. This is a page I designed. It says I got it from my mama. And that's an embroidered flower. Here's some trim right here. And this is a pocket with a tag in it, with a baby in the middle of that rose and a little gingham bow. And then this is a daffodil greeting a child for spring. And here's some flowers. I've got in my garden, has nothing to do with this book, but I ordered this bag of daffodils that was mixed. And one of them has like it's a trumpet that comes up, and it's got 5 or 6 little tiny daffodils, about 1.5 inches big. I'm enjoying those so much. I didn't even know they existed. Okay, this is a page that I designed. I just added the follow your heart. And then here's a pocket with 3 tags. And see, here's a little dress that I cut out to make a tag. That's got a flower on it that's embroidered. And I used rayon seam binding for my tag toppers there. And then this is fussy cut on, and then this is the sari silk with 3 of those little sequin flowers with some trim on the edge. It's a big book. It's over 100 pages, fronts and backs. So I think she'll be able to use it for quite a while. And if she's like me, she'll do so much for this baby, and then when the second baby comes along, you do it, but then you realize you have to take a day and catch up again. Cute saying right there. And then here's a pretty picture of a baby in a tree. Some more of that scallop trim. That's that organza trim with the daisies. This is a page I designed. And then that trim right there. Small pages and big pages. And here's a pocket with 4 tags in it. Look at those sweet babies. And then some gingham trim there. Butterfly. That's a double page right there of the same thing. Velvet ribbon, embroidered flower, trim right here and right here. And then here's the front in a bigger size. So of course that would be included in the kit too if y'all decide you want it. And then that's the back of the book. And so it's got the embroidered trim, and this is a pocket for her to put things in. I haven't put anything in it, so I'm not going to open it. And it's got some trim down the side, and that's the back. Well, I hope you enjoyed looking at the journal that I made for my granddaughter. I sure have put a lot of my love in this book, and I hope she feels it. Thanks for joining me. See you next time. Bye-bye.